Hey, hello. Yes, I've just made it up the motorway. I reached the end of the M65 and then I've come down here, which is Lostock Hall. What's that tickling me? If I haven't got a passenger on board. Let this chap go, as he's got an England flag. Yeah, the reason I come down here is to point out yet another motorbike shop, which I recommend. Yeah, like I said, it's the end of the M65, Lostock Hall, which is just off the giant roundabout. You can turn off for Leyland, Blackpool, all sorts of different ways, but this is a Lostock Hall. Just been past Lostock Hall railway station. Hello, hello. And yeah, the bike shop's called Shorrocks. I can't say it with these teeth. I'm breaking them in first, sugar. Yeah, there we are, Penwortham. So Lostock Hall runs into Penwortham. And I mentioned to, I think it was Flying Pan Man, that I was coming up from Preston to find it the other way, you know, down here. It's a bit confusing. I suppose if I was a regular weekly visitor I'd know it like the back of my hand, but I'm not, so I don't. So if ever I wish to visit this bike shop, I come that way, motorway down here. Wheatbridge, I thought it was the name of this town. Yeah, so we're in Penwortham. So I'm not going in the bike shop, but like, the reason I recommend it, it always has a good second-hand range, and it's not a massive shop. But up some creaky stairs upstairs, he has a really good clothing, helmet and all sorts section. I think I annoyed him actually once. Well, actually I didn't go back. I asked him about top boxes. Oh yeah, well, we'll get one in. And I went to Fastline after, and because he knows me now, I've bought 5 bikes from Fastline. You ain't come to me, what you after? And I was after that blue 30 litre one. I'll get you that, I'll knock £5 off. What price has he said? No, I think he said 60. I'll do it you for 55. Oh, so of course I didn't come back to this shop. Very naughty. But if it's saving a £5, that'll buy me a nice Chinese takeaway. Right, so have you got your bearings? Spar and a BP garage, church, and it's just round this corner, I think. Oh, a pet shop. I got my cats, all the provisions last week. Catnip and Dreamies, which have all scoffed. Mobility shop. You see what I mean? It's in a funny place for a motorbike shop, but it's been here for years. Hello, where's it gone? Are you pulling out, Albert? It's here. Look at that for an obscure shop. I'll signal this minute ago. Go on, Grandpa. Let's have a sneaky look in. If he says clear off, I will do. Bugger off with that camera. Going in a trailer. Oh, it's 600. Yeah, so there we are. Shorrocks of Penwortham, actually more or less Preston after a couple of roundabouts, which I'll now go up here and see if I can find the way to Southport. I know they'll think that chap, you can sort of mean about it's a bit awkward. Well, that's a nice chop, isn't it? Attempted a chop. Get some lube on your chain, man. Granite 1200 with lots of chrome bits. Royal British Legion. You know, if you're a stranger coming here, you'd be totally lost, and I've come here a few times and I'm still a bit lost. But there's these landmarks, that's why I'm mentioning all these pubs. Is that a pub? Another pub converted to a bloody nursery. They've done that in my town. That's a River Ribble. That's a lovely pair of Bristols. Ah, does it say Southport on this sign? Let's have a look. Preston, Blackpool, Preston A59, Liverpool. Yeah, if I follow Liverpool signs, I won't have gone past. We're on the wrong side of the river, that's the thing. See, that's where it's a bit of a problem, because if you're on the wrong side of the river, oh good, Southport. I'm on the right side of the river. Yeah, just saying, if you're on the wrong side of the river, you're a bit stuck. You have to double back on yourself and do a lot of pissing about to get on the right road. Look at that little thing. Imagine having one of them when we were little. A different generation, isn't it? When I was young, my younger brother found a Honda C90. Found it. You know, I don't know what found it means. It had a registration plate, but police weren't interested, so he tinkered around with it, got it going. And we used to mess around on fields, and it actually did a wheelie coming out of a dip. Yes, Albert, trust in you. 17 miles to Southport. Yeah, I always liked Honda C90s, you had a bit of punch. Yeah, imagine if you had a CB100 scooter or something. Bloody hell. Right, Albert here. They didn't have a lot of go, but imagine wheeling a C90. I'm not selling it, am I? I know you'll all disagree, but I used to like them. I always thought it'd be good to shoehorn a big engine, or a more punchy engine, into a C90. No, and if it would be possible. Imagine having a granny-ish looking bike that would keep up with a, you know, a mid-size normal motorbike. Do you know what I mean? There's some of them scooters, not them big granny scooters about 10 foot long, but there's some small scale scooters. I once looked at one called a PGO T-Rex, a Taiwanese one, and they made them in a 250, and they sold the 125s at Fastline for 16.99. I said, no, I've not got a 250, I might get one for work. No, we don't import them. I said, why the hell not? Well, who wants a 250? I said, people who want the power. 125s have no oomph, but I bet a 250 do 80, maybe 90. On a tiny little wheelbase scooter, not one of them big Majesty type of things. And it all came to nothing. When I looked on the internet, someone, a dealer, actually had one after I bought that Pegasus 650 for work, but I was considering a scooter. You know, why not? Some of them are quite cool. I always fancy myself as a mod rather than a sod. Yeah, and after I bought that Pegasus 650 from an advert in Motorcycle News, and had nothing but bloody trouble with it because the previous owner had pissed around with the carbs, I've took the carbs apart and cleaned them. Only he didn't say was he bent all the bloody float ball and everything. Yeah, so like I said, I looked on the internet, I thought, bloody hell, someone's actually got a PGO T-Rex 250. But he wanted, I think it was over £2,000, unless it might have just have been £2,000 and I'd spent my budget by then on the Pegasus plus putting it right. I don't know if these people had got one in, it was the actual dealers. Oh yeah, we've got one in, we got one as a demo, so it's just got test mileage on. But nobody wants 250s, I said, well, I want one. But like I said, when he said the price, I was going to get both. There's room in my yard for a scooter and this bike. No, where I'll put my bench, I thought I should get a scooter just to go to work on, rather than getting this rusty. That's why this is so grotty, using it in all them bloody pissing rain showers, you know what I mean? We should all have two bikes if we could afford it. Not that I can afford it, I just got my credit card bill this morning for all that eBay stuff. I spent a little bit too much. Weren't exactly silly buys, but them boots. The Doc Martin boots, the British made ones, must have been old stock. I got 3 pairs of them at $52.99. And the boots I've got on now, which are the most comfortable boots I've ever had, Magnum. You see them, lovely jubbly. They haven't got steel toes, they've got plastic toes, you know, to make them a bit stronger, and plastic heel guards, so they're ideal for a bike. And they're high leg, about 12 all. And I got 3 pairs of them at $37.99. I know, but it's not wasting money. I've not pissed it up against the wall. It's just that I struggle to get stuff to fit, so when I do get things to fit, you know, I buy a few pairs, why not? Right, till I get past this chap. Reduce speed now, well, I did do. I wasn't going to record this, I'll knock it off shortly. Not doing this again. Although a lot of vloggers, am I a vlogger? I'm an official vlogger now. 88 videos. Yeah, lots of vloggers go over old ground, but it's a different ride, and you see different bikes. Why not? Outdoor concert, Stephen Bayliss. Who's that? Next Friday is Rod Stewart in Blackpool at the football ground. Now, listening to his songs yesterday on YouTube. No copyright warnings, of course. All my Beatles stuff kept getting copyright warnings, so I closed my channel voluntarily after a load of threats. I thought, fuck it, can do without all this, so I just deleted them all. And yet there's full CDs, totally unmolested on YouTube. I can plug into my surround system and blast them out. I never knew Maggie May began with an old style of English, you know, like an old English tune. It sounds like a lute being twanged, and then it goes into Maggie May. Yeah, it's lovely. This the right fucking road? No signpost, is there? Oh yeah, I recognise all this swap shop, whatever that is. It's all garden centres now until we get into Southport. Look at all this. Garden centre. Oh, builders merchants. Looks like a pub, that. Builders merchants. Right, I'll pull in here and knock it off. I'm not filming all the journey again. That was just to show you Shorrocks in Penwortham. Oh dear. So there you go. That is how to get to Shorrocks. You can always look it up on Google Maps, can't you? Well worth a visit though. Interesting shop to visit if you're in the market for a new bike, or even a second-hand bike. Bloody hell. Right, speak to you later when I'm in Southport. Bye for now.